I want to quickly bring in my colleague Ashutosh into this conversation as well. Ashutosh, last count with what we are talking about, over 700 roads blocked, one of the arterial highways in the country connecting the Kulu district, which is completely marooned and cut off, till now remains shut. On the other account, in terms of bridges that have been washed away, hundreds of bridges, Ashutosh, that have been washed away. Some of them, you've seen yourself as you were climbing up to Mandi. Like I said, Ashutosh, I'm 40 kilometers off from where you are. This at Sundarnagar looks rather placid, but, even the river right behind me, very, very placid. Not so in Mandi, because after they opened the floodgates of the Pando Dam, things turned very quickly there.
And Preeti, just couple of hours and we will soon see a rise in the water level, which has in fact increased since around 2 o'clock this afternoon. And in fact, that is bringing literally scary images and almost what exactly similar images we have seen yesterday when the historic, iconic Victoria Bridge, the cable bridge where the water level literally touched upon. Even while we see this furious Beas River flowing from Kulu, Manali. In fact, we are really thinking about also this stranded tourists in Kulu and Manali part who are trying to reach out with several messages that there are no arrangements for them to rescue and evacuate. And mostly the roads connect Mandi to Kulu and Manali have been totally disconnected. In fact, Preeti, since morning I have made four attempts to take different approach to make some access through Kulu or Manali, but I have literally been failed now. And in fact, what we have been told in next 2 to 3 hours, when the water will start arriving from Pando Dam gates here to the Mandi area, all of a sudden there will be further rise in the water level. And in fact, the riverbed, particularly the residential areas near the riverbed, though they have been evacuated, but the threat continues. So far, the estimate loss financially have been estimated by the state government is around 5,000 crores. So far, the official data says almost 18 people lost their lives, but when it comes to the property damage, that is going to be really worst if there is a rise in water level, because we are seeing the furious has literally current and so intense that it is literally taking every structure along with the flow. 7 to 8 bridges, literally 8 concrete
Ashutosh, the only one would suggest in what is now a tragedy of massive proportions where Himachal is concerned. I would think just today, the basic only silver lining has been the last 3 hours has seen minimal rainfall. It hasn't been as torrential, at least what it was till this morning. What is the Met Department now saying locally where Himachal is concerned and where these key districts are concerned, because they are still under red alert?
And this will continue for another 24 hours. Remember, it's been already more than 36 hours. There is a non-stop rainfall. In fact, if I could say, there is only sight of relief from last 30 to 35 minutes. We are not seeing literally rain shower. But since the alert continues, and if the similar situation continues for next 24 to 36 hours, remember, because we are already seeing a lot of small scale cloud burst or sudden, those nullas from the mountain area. So all the water will be only coming down to the low-lying area. So yes, next 24 to 36 hours are really going to be critical for this region of Himachal Pradesh, Preeti.
Right. Well, you're bang on, Manjeet and Ashutosh. Like I said, I'm 40 kilometers off from where you both are. But yes, the next 36 hours crucial where more rainfall is concerned. But there's a lot of damage that has been done, and we'll only know the aftermath of that damage when there is access to certain key districts. Right now, very, very little, that's coming out of these districts, because they're completely cut off. Number one, from the land route, there are no flights which are going right now, because the weather has been really bad. The Kulu Valley needs to be clear. There needs to be visibility. So even the aerial route is not functioning. Very little information coming in. A lot of towers have been snapped. So mobile connectivity is also an all-time low. So what possibly, we are talking to the district heads here, and most of them are saying that they are expecting the worst in certain districts. However, we can see a lot of local administration trying to reach these, districts at the earliest.